Hello everyone, my name is Natalie and welcome to or back to my channel. So as you can see from today's video title, today I thought I'd give you some tips and advice for how to get out of a reading slump. I have recently got out of a reading slump and yeah, they're never nice, they're never good. Now the timings for reading slumps can completely vary, so you can have had a reading slump for a few days, weeks, months, or I know some people have had reading slumps for years, and I only had a reading slump for 4 or so months, so I'm very grateful that it didn't last any longer than that. But here are some of the things I do, or things I know other people do to help kind of get them out of the slump. Number one is to go to a bookstore or to a library. Sometimes just being around books can make you really excited to read them, and let's be honest, they're just nice places to be anyway. But I think sometimes if you surround yourselves by books, it can kind of make you want to pick one up more. Sometimes this doesn't work and it can do the absolute opposite to you, but give this a try, see if it works. I mean, you don't have to buy anything or you don't have to take a book out, but just being surrounded by books and browsing and looking at all the different titles and seeing other people read could help you want to pick up a book. So number two is one that may sound a bit weird, but it's to not read. Don't read, don't try to read, just avoid reading and do another hobby instead. So for instance, if you enjoy watching TV or movies, watch those instead of reading. If you like to run or jog, do that instead of reading. If you know you're a gamer and you like to game as well as reading, then pick up a game and play that. Or, you know, there are loads of other things. You know, you can do puzzles, crosswords, just do any other hobby, but don't read. Don't pick up a book. Number three can kind of fall into number two as well, and it's to watch a movie or a TV show, but watch/read one that's based on a book you either love or what book you want to read, if you don't mind, you know, watching it before you've read it kind of thing. But sometimes watching something that we absolutely love in book form can make us really want to pick up that book again. Or if it's something we've not yet read, watching it can make us really inclined to pick up the book. So give this a go and see if that works. Number four, talk to someone who likes reading. Even if you're in a reading slump, if you've got friends or family members that absolutely love to read, then maybe question them about the books they're reading, their favourite books, and have a discussion about books. If you've not really got anyone like this in your life, then, you know, talk to people in the comments of booktube videos or booktop videos, or, you know, go to, again, libraries and bookshops, and if you're not as introverted as me, strike up a conversation with people there. Because seeing someone else's enthusiasm for books can, you know, may help you feel that enthusiasm and make you want to pick up a book as well. Number five, this is something that I do a lot, and when I'm starting to fall into a reading slump or I'm feeling like I don't want to read or pick up books, I watch other people's reading vlogs. For some reason, watching people finish a bunch of books or get through one really long book or seeing them read makes me really want to read. I don't know if it's kind of like a FOMO thing, but it works for me. So my advice, watch people's reading vlogs. Watch them, you know, devouring book or multiple books. There are plenty of reading vlogs out there, so choose one, especially if it's a booktube that you really like and you know you like their reading tastes. Watch them read. It may make you also want to read. Number six, so this could either really work for a person or really not to. It depends on you. Hopefully you'll know yourself well enough to know whether this will work, and that's to browse your shelves and pick up no more than 5 books from your shelves that you really want to read, that you're really looking forward to reading. Like I said, no more than 5 because you don't want to make yourself feel like overwhelmed, but maybe reading the synopsis again and doing like a little TBR pile could help you dive back into reading. And my last piece of advice number 7, is something that I also do all the time, and That's to either read a book that you love, so read your most favourite book ever. Pick it up and see if that gets you in the mood, because for me, reading something that I already know the ending to just makes me so excited, and I find things that I love more about the books. And also diving in back into a world that I already know, I know the outcome to, is less daunting than picking up and trying to find out about whole new characters and a whole new world. So that can help. The other things you can read is maybe a short story. So short stories I think are wonderful, especially if you're in a reading slump, because if they're, say, like between 100 and 200 pages, they're short enough that hopefully they'll grab your attention. But also sometimes just completing a book gets you back into the swing of reading again and can make you feel so accomplished that it makes you want to pick up something else. So if you're aiming for that, then definitely try a short story. Another thing is a children's book. So if there are children's books that you know and love from your childhood, or even if it's a children's book that you've never read before but you really want to read, try picking something like that up. Or also poetry. So find a poetry collection you love, or even just one poem like on the internet or something that you enjoy, and try reading that and see how you go. The only other piece of advice that kind of goes along with this is maybe try reading something in a different format. So maybe try, instead of physically reading, listening to audiobooks or reading something on a Kindle. So sometimes it's the way we're consuming a book that can make us not want to consume it. So try giving other formats a go. Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope some of these tips helped you. If you also have any other advice or tips for people on how to get out of a reading slump, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'm sure we'd all love to hear them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!